From the News 19 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Efren Afante with the update on Hurricane Dorian as of the 11 p.m. update on Wednesday night. Here's Dorian right now, and on radar you can see quite visibly the eye has been developing and still is over the last 6 hours. Now it is positioned well north of Puerto Rico. According to the National Hurricane Center at the 11 o'clock update, it was 90 miles to the north of San Juan, Puerto Rico, sustained winds at 85 at times, gusting to 105, still moving northwest at 13 miles an hour. But one thing I want you to take a notice of, the center pressure is at 986 millibars, and for a compact storm of that size, that is a very low pressure for a hurricane that is only Category 1 and not that large and well developed yet. The latest information tracked from the Hurricane Center does put it as a Category 1 hurricane through Thursday morning, winds up to 90 miles an hour, but by Thursday night through Friday night, the intensity as a Category 2 hurricane will go from 100 to 110 mile an hour sustained winds, and by Friday night overnight into Saturday will likely become a major hurricane, Category 3 with wind speeds up to 115 miles an hour as it continues for its directive straight to the east coast of Florida. In fact, the information model from the National Hurricane Center Hurricane Hunters, at one point the pressure dropped down to 990. That was at about 9 o'clock in the evening before it dropped down to about 986 at 11 p.m. The hurricane tropical spaghetti models still indicate a general consensus as which all of them are still in line with continuing to the northwest until about the weekend, starting sometime Saturday morning and then making that westerly, northwesterly turn heading towards Florida. An outlier here has no idea what it's doing because that's not even the position of where Dorian is. And this outlier takes it well out to sea, but the general consensus still heads right for the east central heart of Florida. And most of the computer guidance models are indicating that a few models, though, do take it into the Jacksonville, St. Augusta area, but most of the consistency stays in central Florida. Here's the other problem. This is a 5-day track. If it does make landfall as a Category 3 in this proximity of eastern Florida, it'll continue through the heart of Florida and then come out somewhere between the Big Bend to Tampa, St. Pete, even as far south as Fort Myers, Florida, but that's on the west coast. So if it stays as a hurricane, potentially as low as a Category 1 as it comes out, it may make another landfall. That's yet to be determined, let alone if it'll make landfall in the east coast of Florida. Anyway, regardless, the track still takes it as a Category 3 hurricane with landfall in somewhere in Florida overnight Sunday into Monday morning. And it's important to realize that the cone of uncertainty still takes it as far north as just off the coast of Savannah, Georgia, all the way down to possibly Miami, Florida. That is a very large cone of uncertainty. The guidance models, at least over the last 18 hours, have consistently put it at or south of Savannah, Georgia. Should this track change and move a little bit north, then we're going to have to be concerned for South Carolina. Bottom line is that we will not have consistent and accurate measures of where this is going to go until potentially as late as Friday night. We'll continue updating this. We'll have the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, either the intermediate advisory at 2 a.m. or the complete update at 5 a.m. So make sure that you watch News 19 this morning, starting at 4:30 tomorrow, as we'll have the updates from meteorologist Alex Calamia, and the News 19 weather team will continue tracking Hurricane Dorian until it gets through by next week.